Here we go. And I can just sit around making music all day long. As long as I'm making my music, I can't do nobody wrong. And who knows, maybe someday I'll come up with a song that makes people want to stop the fussing and fighting just long enough to sing along. Let's go, join in. I believe in music, and I believe in love. Let's go. Music is love, and love is music, if you know what I mean. And people who believe in music are the happiest people I've ever seen. So clap your hands, stomp your feet, and shake your tambourine. Lift your voices to the sky. God loves it when you sing. Let's go. I believe in music, and I believe in love. Let's go. One more time. I believe in music. Lord knows that I believe in love. Let's go. Music is a universal language, and love's the key to find brotherhood, peace, and understanding, and living in harmony. So take your brother by the hand and sing along with me. Find out what it really means to feel young and rich and free. Let's go. I believe in music, and I believe in love. One more time, let's go. I believe in music. Lord knows that I believe in love. I believe in music. Lord knows that I believe in love. God bless everybody. Have a stroke of luck, and I'll see you next week. I believe in love. I believe in music. Lord knows that I believe in love. I believe in music. My eyes closed, going day to day. I never knew the difference. I never cared either way. Looking for a reason, searching for a sign, reaching out with both hands. I gotta feel the kick inside. Oh, fire! Oh, fire! Oh, fire! Oh, fire, fire, fire! Hey! Okay.
We're on.
Welcome. Am I on the screen, or is everybody
You
on the
are
screen?
on the screen.
Okay, I just wanted to check it out. I can't see it, so I'll look for it in a bit. Welcome to Renee Marie's Language of Love Telethon, our 9th annual. We are extraordinarily excited about this one, because this one is the kickoff for our 10th anniversary. 10 years we're going to begin to do the work that 10 years we've been doing the work that we so love to do. And that's bringing aphasia and stroke awareness to the world, and brain injuries, as we kind of included, because stroke is a brain attack. We're so blessed. We're so blessed to have this moment with you. And really, I can't tell you how how honored we are that you welcome us into your homes. Um, Judy is on this show. Jim's going to be on the screen on this show. Herb and Ginny on this going to be on the screen, the screens for this show. We have a few pop-ins once in a while, but this show is really about kicking off the 10-year anniversary. So let's get to the opening prayer from Sam. I think that's the next thing. Welcome. Yep. 10-year anniversary. Jim, so let's get on to Father Sam Monaco. He is the prayer support for the foundation. And I hope that everybody realizes and understands that it's not about one specific faith for me. It's about just having faith in yourself, having faith in God, having faith in my world, in Jesus. But honestly, it doesn't matter what faith you are. What's important is that you have faith, because you don't want to get to where something tragic happens in your life and you're scrambling. Just always trust in yourself. Go into the silence once in a while. Really take the time to enjoy the single moments. This is going to be an extraordinary telethon, and we're going to let Jim show Father Sam's prayer. Jim?
Welcome, everyone. I'm Father Sam Monaco, and we want to welcome you to our telethon this year. And as always, we like to begin the telethon with our prayer for its success. And so, let us join in prayer. And we always pray as we ask God's blessing, and we pray in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. And so, let us pray. Father of all, we praise you for this 9th annual Language of Love Telethon event, which kicks off the 10th year celebration. And we thank you for your purpose for this year's event. We know that when we gather together, you always have a divine agenda for us. We praise you, our God, that even when we have done what you have asked us to do, that the results are so much greater than we could ever have imagined. Even in failed attempts, you blow us away with your faithfulness to provide what we truly need. Our prayer this day is that your will be done through this year's telethon event. Take what you have prepared and multiply our efforts as only you can. Steer our intentions to align with your righteous will, O God. May all glory rise up to you when we reach the finish line and climb over established benchmarks. Father, keep us all physically safe. Guard us from all evil, from all harm, from all pride, from all selfishness. Keep love at the forefront of our minds and hearts today. May we accomplish all of our goals and objectives for this Language of Love telethon, which is to bring a greater awareness and greater understanding related to those who suffer from strokes and aphasia. May we bring about more preventative measures to protect all of us from experiencing strokes and aphasia, and help us to better recognize the signs and the symptoms. May we help to provide more funding in support of those organizations enlisted to help those who have suffered from strokes and aphasia, and provide support in general to all those on the front lines who assist those who have suffered any kind of stroke or any kind of aphasia situation and are recovering, are in rehabilitation, are getting the help that they need. And we ask all this with confidence and faith in your Son's name. Amen. And we ask this in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy this year's telethon.
Here we go. You know, as Father Sam was praying, I was really reflecting on what's going on in the world. And I think that it's important for me to share um, that we have everybody in our thoughts, whether it's the wars, whether it's the shootings. It's so sad. It's so sad, and we never want to let everyone think that we go on with our lives and we're forgetting what's going on in theirs. So we want you to know that we're praying for you, and for everybody. We want peace in the world, so that's what our foundation really wants: peace in the world, in the whole world. And like I said, it's not about my faith, it's about having faith and everybody's faith. And on that note, we're going to go to Dr. Jim Henry. He has been on our show a number of times. He is an extraordinarily gifted sermon. He gives wonderful speeches every week on his Facebook page. I recommend you to follow. And it really, he's a different kind of faith. He has a different faith. So I wanted to invite him to share his thoughts on and give us. What Jim's going to do is he's going to kick off our 10-year anniversary with his prayer. So Jim, take it away.
My name is Dr. Jim Henry. I'm the founder of the Life Givers Network, and I became a friend of Renee's a number of years ago when I stopped by a friend's office, and Renee and I were introduced to one another. And the name of the work, The Language of Love, is very appropriate for the organization. And I've seen that worked out over all the years since I've been involved. And a short while back, Renee asked me if I would come on again and just help to introduce this year, which is the 10th year celebration. These anniversaries are special for me. I just concluded in July my 50th ministry anniversary. And so I know how important this is for Renee. And it's going to be very important for all of you that watch, because each one of the people that's going to be sharing, there's going to be experiences from the last 10 years of people whose lives have been touched and changed. They've become part of this because somebody believed that this work would change their life, transform their life. And that's exactly what's happened. I've been fortunate enough to meet and spend some time with a few of the people that have been helped, and it's a wonderful thing. So I want to pray, and I'd like to read just one verse of scripture, which maybe some of you are familiar with. It's from the Old Testament. It's from book of First Chronicles, and it's about a man by the name of Jabez, and his mother named him that because he had been born in pain. And the prayer was this: "Oh, that you would bless me indeed." And I'm praying for blessing, the blessing of God on Renee and all the people that'll be involved, that you would bless us, that you would enlarge the territory that this ministry covers. That doesn't just mean, statewide, but it means the territory that it covers, because we're online and who knows where this is going to go. And that your hand would be with us, and that would be evident, that people would see the hand of God in what's done and what's said. And that you would keep us from evil, and that we would not cause any pain. Our objective is to help people be free from their pain. And that's part of why I'm here. I want to see people free from pain. And I've seen people who've had strokes. I just thought the other day, I'd forgotten all about it, just thought about my own grandmother who raised me. Not long before she died, she'd had multiple strokes. It just came back to me the other day. And so I'm very familiar personally with strokes and how they affect people. So we're going to pray that the hand of God is going to be on all of our lives, and that God will bless us, that he will bless the work. We're speaking that right now, that God would bless the work, that he would enlarge the territory of this work, that he would establish it in ways it's never been established before, and that above all else, that nobody would be caused any pain from anything that any of us do. So will you pray with me? Father, we're just praying on the beginning of this 10th anniversary, Lord, that you would use all the people who participate, that you would use their testimonies, Lord, that you would use their thoughts, that you would use the scriptures that they share, that you would use everything, Lord, that comes out of their mouths, Lord, that you would use every experience that's shared, and Lord, that people that listen would be tremendously impacted, and their lives would be forever changed. Just the way mine's been changed from the last few years, about just rubbing shoulders with some of these people and listening to their testimonies, how it's helped me and helped some people that I've encountered. So, Father, thank you for what you're going to do during these times together, these hours together. And Father, we thank you for your hand on the show, on the people that share their testimonies. Thank you for your hand on Renee and all of those that lead and direct, and all the technical stuff behind the scenes. Everything that goes on, Lord, just make it all work just right. Just make it right, perfect, just perfect, Lord. And Father, we speak your blessing into this work. Multiply it, bless it, send your blessing, send the resources, send all the things that are needed to not only get through the year, but Lord, to catapult this work. And we thank you, Lord, for what you're going to do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Recording in progress.
I'm sorry, Renee, we just cut off there for a second, but everything's good to go. Renee, I'm sorry, I just cut you off for a second. You're good to go, though.
We're still on?
Yep, so I'm sorry about that. Yep, it cut out like before, but we're good to go. It's all good.
That's okay. So just so I know where we are.
It played the whole video and...
Played the whole video,
yep.
We were chatting. Okay.
Yep.
So we had some technical difficulties if everybody was following us, but you saw Dr. Jim's whole message, which was important. So we're so happy that that was out and Jim was able to do his work on the back end to make it work for us. Jim, can you put everybody on the screen?
I absolutely can. Okay.
So everybody's on the screen. So like I said prior, this is the kickoff for our 10-year anniversary. We want Jim to put the flyer up, the 10-year anniversary flyer, the red, I think it's number 1. Flyer number 1. Do you have that, Jim?
Just give me a minute.
That doesn't matter. Take your time.
I'm sorry about that.
Jim, you just got popped back on. So here we go. So our 10-year anniversary, this is going to be the kickoff. And like I've been saying first of all, I want to officially welcome Judy and Ginny and Herb and Jim in the back studio. Jim was on the screen today, right, Jim?
For a little bit,
I made sure that he was shown and you see the team that we have. And we got a wonderful, extraordinary team, like Dr. Jim said. He's met a lot of us. And when we were talking the other day doing the video shoot, he said he can't believe the team that we have. It's so powerful and dedicated and really invested in the process. So welcome, Judy. You got to put you're on mute. You're on mute.
Hi.
And then we have Ginny and Herb.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome. And of course, we have Jim in the back studio doing his work. So that's awesome. So is everyone excited about our 10-year anniversary?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're so excited. Like our energy is like up. So we wanted to let everybody know that if you've been on the Stroke of Luck show, if you've been on the telethon, if we've met you along that 9 years, this past 9 years, and going into our 10 year, we're going to be contacting you to really be a part of this celebration. And really, it's going to take me and the team to come up with the next 10 years. What's our vision for the next 10 years? We've spoken a lot about having visions, and Judy and I and Ginny and I and Herb and Jim and stuff like that have spoken, on various times about what the vision is. And we know the vision. The vision is for stroke and aphasia awareness, but how we're going to do that and what avenues we're going to take to do that. And Judy and I were talking about on one show about really having a recovery center, that is the ultimate legacy that we'd like to leave. And our vision is to get a location and really almost like the Adler's Aphasia Center, that they do it for aphasia, but for strokes, that people don't have to financially be consumed with paying so much. And that is one of our battles, I'll use the word battles, to make people understand that money shouldn't be the answer to recovery. Recovery should come afterwards. Financial should come after people, so that's our vision. So, and our other vision was to have, retired doctors, retired therapists, retired, whatever avenues we need, speech therapists, to come in and maybe dedicate a little bit of their time for us and for the people. That's the long-term vision. But we have some other ones in between, which we'll get to, and we'll start to post it. We're going to come up with a 10-year vision, for the next 10 years. But we're so excited. But we do want Jim to share. Did you have that video? You have that poster, Jim?
I am just sizing it now.
Okay.
10
Well,
seconds.
while you're sizing it, can you share with us where the telethon is going to be held? We're going to do it live. We're going back to doing it live with everybody.
Okay.
I felt that it was important for me to go back to what was important to me and what was, helped us to create and manifest this. Because without Long Island, without Judy, without Jim, without Madhouse TV, without Ginny, without Herb, without Michelangelo, without Bobby Baby Walker, without Kathy, without everybody who has been on this journey along the way, without everybody, and especially in Long Island, we wouldn't be where we are. We would not be where we are. And I wanted to give gratitude to them and do it. But Jim and I were talking about that we may do it like the old Jerry Lewis telethon.
Yes.
We may have a location in New Jersey. We may have a location
Yes.
in another area. I don't want to say names because that was Jim and I were talking about it. We don't want to, put it out in the world yet, but it'll be very exciting. Jim, go ahead.
Renee, I think, I give you a lot of credit for this. During the pandemic, our first show that we did was a lot like that. We had everyone live from their location. And no one was even doing that on TV yet. We put that together and we were doing it before they were doing it on TV. I think that we've been close to that telethon where we have it at multiple locations. I thought that was a great start right there.
Yeah, it was. So do you have the name of the studio it's going to be at, or is that not published yet?
It's still Village Connection. And the name of the studio is East Coast Capital Studio. That's the sponsor, East Coast Capital Studio.
Okay, perfect.
So that's it's a great location. It's in like Northport. You drive down the street here, and you're in Northport Village. So even if we had people come to this location, it's going to be a home run for them. They're going to have a great Sunday. They're going to come here for an hour or two, drive into the village, see the North Shore. They're good to go. It's going to be nice. And
we do have to have a party afterwards. Or a party maybe while it's going on. But we'll talk about that. That just came to me. Write that down because I think of things and I'm like, I have to write it down. And then when I get to my computer, I'm like, I don't write it down.
Right.
I forget. But okay, so we're so excited about that. But while we're on thinking mode. We do want to pay tribute to three. Oh, did you put that
I
flyer up,
put the
Jim?
flyer up. Yes.
You put it up? Did you take it
You're
down
talking
already?
about the one with all the pictures on it?
No, that's okay. So that's the one of Elaine Adler, my mom, and Carlos. Is
Yeah,
that
it
the
was
one
like
you
a
just
big.
put
It
up?
was like a big spread. Had a whole bunch of pictures on it. I could put it up again if you want.
Yeah, put it up again. Let me take a look.
Okay. In the meantime, I'll find that other one, so we'll have it.
Yeah, I want that. And then I really want you to show the photo, the honor and remembrance photo. Is that the one you're putting up?
Did it show up
No,
yet?
that's the photo that you put up was for our for
Okay.
this telethon. It looks
I'll,
good.
I'll
It looks
find
good.
it. I'll find it, Renee. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I must
So
have lost
while
it.
Jim's looking for the honor remembering photo, we want to pay tribute to Elaine, Carlos. First of all, Carlos was a dear, dear, dear friend who really um, whenever we called, he was a part of our world. He was dear friends with Michelangelo. Michelangelo actually created a video, which we're going to show at the end of this show for technical reasons. I don't want to share why, but for technical reasons, it's going to be shown at the end. But it is an extraordinary tribute to him. And Michelangelo, thank you so much. You did an incredible job. And thank you to Carlos for being in our world. We'll definitely miss you. It was a shock. It was a shock, but Carlos was an extraordinary gentleman. When we were going to almost have Senator Fetterman on our show, and after him suffering a stroke, I called Carlos and said, Carlos, we have to go out there and we got to do it live. He said, I'm in. I'm in. So he is an extraordinary gentleman, and we're going to miss Carlos, I'm telling you. Elaine Adler is another one who passed. She was 90 plus years old. But Elaine, in honor of Elaine, we're going to be donating $250 to Adler's Aphasia Center, because we want to make a difference with the finances that we get in, and and we want to. That's a place that we could help and also honor Elaine in the midst. And then there's my mom. My mom suffered a stroke. I didn't share that with anybody prior, but my mom suffered a stroke prior to her passing. I'm unsure if it had to do with her passing, but she was in a wheelchair. And actually, the photo, Jim, did you find the photo? No? Okay. It's on my Facebook page anyway. So just scroll down. If you're watching this and you're logging in via Facebook, you can just scroll down and you'll see my mom. I thought that was a really impressive photo of her looking out. She really accomplished what she wanted to accomplish in her life. She really did make a difference in students and teaching and voice, and she changed the world. She changed the world, and that really is what her mission was in life. My mom and I had, what's the word I'm looking for? Challenges in a relationship. But that doesn't mean that I don't respect and honor what she brought to the world. And I learned a lot from her. I learned a lot from my relationship with her, and I learned a lot from the challenges I had with her. And it really made me stronger. And that was one of my mom's goals, to make us strong, to make me and my sister be able to stand up and to be who we were. In the next segment, we're going to be sharing, we're going to have one of her students, Miriam. My mom's students had, her mom contacted me, and then Miriam contacted me, was asking about my mom and really wanted to be a part of this show to honor my mother. But so, as we go through the next year, and in my book, Love Them Through It, I'll give a little more detail on the relationship we had, but I am not one to throw anybody under the bus in any way. What I think I want to do is just give people hope and to understand that people love you in different ways. They love you only how they know how to love you. That's it, and you have to take a step back and understand that. And it's hard. It's hard, but that's why you have your close circle of friends around you, like I have with Judy, Ginny, Herb, Jim, to really support me through it and to be there for me. And then we move on. Life is too short. Life is a gift. That's one of our mottos. Life is a gift. So thank you so much for listening and really to the intro of the telethon. And then we're going to get to the kickoffs. Jim, did you find the photo? I can't hear you.
Is the photo of the three people with your mom in the middle? I put that up while you were talking. It's a beautiful picture. I just have to say, Renee, I'm off subject, well, not off subject, but I met your mom, I think, only 1 or 2 times, and she had such a presence, really.
Yeah.
She was just such great. Yeah.
Yeah, she did. Judy, did you want to share anything? Because you met my mom as well. Because she came on our show a number of times. Ginny and Herb, you didn't have the.
No, we never had a chance to meet your mom.
Yeah. But Judy, tell us a little bit about your thoughts.
I was so happy to meet her after hearing so much about her for a long time. And I found her to be very friendly, warm, outgoing personality, very talented, willing to help people, not only her students, but everybody that she came in contact with, and a very determined personality to succeed in everything she did and in every encounter she came across. And I was very impressed with her, and I loved being together with her on the show.
We had really good shows, and I learned a lot of information. I never really sat with her and spoke about her head injury. She was in a car accident when she was a teenager with my grandmother and my grandfather, and she actually, a piece of her brain was taken out, and it was really detailed. It was really, and back then they had no idea how to handle all that. Wow. So it was pretty impressive. I'll share the two videos on Facebook again. She was actually part of 3 or 4 shows, but there was 2 that we spoke about, and we actually did one in Spanish as well, which was pretty interesting. We trying to I could speak Spanish, but really I love it. So yes, but that's the truth. That's the truth. So but my mom in that photo is looking out, and I think you guys saw it. If you didn't see it, look on Facebook. But she's looking out at the beauty, and I just know she's like here. She's here, and she's and she's telling me what to do.
She's giving you signs as well.
Yeah, well. So anyway, yeah. But she's very proud of what I'm doing. She's very proud of what I'm doing. I know that to be true. And so anyway, we're going to show video number, so we did everything. Video number 4, which is Miriam, my mom's student. My mom was an opera singer. She mastered at Juilliard, like Judy and I were talking about before. She had an extraordinary voice, and she loved to give back to her students. She had a passion for students. I'll never forget, my mom lived in Mexico, so when she passed away in Mexico, and at the service they had for her, her students all came and really via video, because my sister and I were in this country, and they were in Mexico, but they all gave us such humble gratitude to allow my mother to live her life and to do what she wanted to do. And really, they were so grateful for it. And really, she made a huge difference in the world. So, Jim, can you show video number 4? Wasn't she wonderful? She really had um, a passion for singing, and that's what my mom loved. She loved when people would have more of a passion than a. She liked when people had raw talent, not um, like within that box professional talent. She saw when people had um, potential, and with that raw talent that really made you your own. You have to make your own in life, so it really is a wonderful thing. um, Judy, can you read? Miriam wrote a testimonial for my mom, and it was in the intro and on the Facebook and stuff like that. But could you please read the testimonial that Miriam?
Yes, I'd be glad to. Maida Prado Testimonial, written by Miriam Irene Steinberg. Maida Prado was not only an amazing opera singer and teacher, she was also a wonderful, loving person as well. When I would take my lessons with Maida, she would always have my tea and lemon ready for me. During my lessons, she would often stress the importance of doing my top performance, even if it's only to sing to one person. They deserve to witness your best. Since Maida had such a warm presence about her, she constantly made me feel appreciated, acknowledged for my talent, and as a person, I loved being part of her Christmas parties. As soon as I walked in, I immediately felt at home, filled with love, warmth, and joy. It was a true reminder of what Christmas was all about. Maida's voice was truly beautiful, with a balance of strength and a tender richness. She had won numerous awards, such as the 1990 Enrico Caruso Award, and has performed as Marguerite in Faust, as well as other major heroines in Mozart, Puccini, and Verdi operas. Maida was one of a kind, and I will always remember her as someone who was warm, generous, and who always wanted the best for everyone. I miss her dearly, and her spirit will live forever in my heart. And that was written by Miriam Irene Steinberg. And I have to say that I totally agree with all that she said about your mom.
Yeah, I'll share with you my mom some videos. She actually she worked with this interviewer, this host in, I think it was Mexico, I think, and they did an interview, and it really showcases my mom's life and really showcases her voice. And really, I mean, it is extraordinary. It's extraordinary, and I actually promise to learn one opera song, like
Oh,
how to
good.
sing, because I think I have the tools, but just in honor of my mother, I'm gonna sing one opera song. I'll sing.
Perhaps it could be one of her favorite ones.
She told me which one to, because I was talking to her prior to her passing, and she
Okay.
told me which one to learn. I forget what the name of it is, but it's one of those they do on all the voice shows, like The Voice and America's Got Talent and all that. Because she said God bless you, Jenny. It's recognizable. People sometimes people what's the word? They 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 aren't interested in the sound. They're interested in getting something that they're familiar with, So it was pretty extraordinary. I'm gonna let Lori and Bob in before we go to Miriam's final video. And I'm sorry, Miriam, if I didn't send you um, the link, but this will be on rewind and you can watch it and share it with everybody. Oh, Bob, yay! Bob's on. Hi, Bob. You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute. And Lori, you want to turn your photo on too?
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Thanks for
Good to
having
be
me.
here.
Yes,
A
yes,
little
we're very
frustrating
excited.
getting in, but here I am.
Wow, you're determined, Bob. No doesn't stop you. You
I
just
wasn't
keep
going to
going.
stop. I wasn't going to stop.
So we're gonna Bob, are you ready to sing a song?
I sure am.
Okay, so what this is how we're gonna take this. We got one more song for Miriam. She's my mom's student. We got one more song for her, and then we're gonna let you fly into maybe singing one or two songs.
Sure.
Sing one for now, and then we'll go into Lori's dreamy jewelry, and then we'll have Ginny talk about her interviews, which are extraordinary. So I always like to give a little layout of how things are going to flow. So Jim, can you play? And just so you know, everyone, you're live. Your voice is live when he's showing the video. So if you could just put yourself on mute, that would be awesome. Go ahead, Jim.
Okay.
Okay, isn't she extraordinary? We're blessed to have Miriam, and maybe Miriam, I don't know where she lives, but maybe she'll be live a part of our 10-year anniversary telethon. That would be wonderful to her if she lives in the area to come to. I think she does live in the area to come to Long Island and to really be a part of our family. She's a part of our family already, but it would be awesome to have her live. So we're gonna send it to Bob. But Jim, could you do me a favor? Would it be possible to only have the Jim on the screen, Bob on the screen while he's singing? Okay. Bob, you ready? You're on mute. You're on mute, Bob. Got to take yourself off of mute.
Okay, let me just turn on my gear here.
Go ahead. Go ahead. While we're waiting, we want to remind everybody that our 10-year anniversary is coming. Ginny, you ready to do a lot of work?
Oops, sorry, in and out of mute. Yes, I am ready to go, loaded in,
Yep.
and fingers going on the keyboard. So
Whatever
you need, all you got to do is yell.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm very excited about it. I can't wait. So, Bob, you ready?
I'm ready. I feel lucky.
Yes, Bob, I got to share with everybody. Bob, Bobby Baby Walker, Kathy, his wife, used to call Bobby my singing husband. And now I got another singing husband, Bob Kern. When we were performing this one time in Elmwood Park, they said, "Are you guys married?" Yeah, we're married. We're married to music. But take it
I
away,
was telling
Bob.
somebody about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Bob is a humble, extraordinary entertainer who really wants to just bring joy to people. It's not so much about him. Al Russo came to one of our shows the year ago. Now this year he was a part of it, but he came and Bob's like, "We got to put him in the show. We got to put him in the show." Bob, is your Facebook still on? Because I'm hearing a reverb.
Oh no, that's my sound system here.
Okay, all right. So take it away, Bob. I'll stop talking.
I'll turn this reverb down a little bit.
Even though I can talk forever, right?
All right.
All right, so
Are you
put him
guys
on.
ready?
Jim, is he on the screen by himself? Okay, go, Bob.
Can you hear that all right? They call you Lady Luck, but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of walking out. You're on this date with me. The pickings have been lush. And yet before this evening is over, you might give me the brush. You might forget your manners. You might refuse to stay. And so the best that I can do is pray. Yeah. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Hey, luck be a lady tonight. Ooh, I feel lucky. Luck, let a gentleman see how nice a gal you can be. I know the way you treated other guys you've been with, but luck, be a lady with me. I'll tell you something. A lady doesn't leave her escort. It isn't fair. It isn't nice. A lady doesn't wander all over the room and blow on some other guy's dice. Ah, well, let's keep this party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby. I'm the guy that you came in with. Hey, luck, be a lady tonight. Ooh. Luck, let a gentleman see how nice a dame you can be. I've seen the way you treated other guys you've been with. I'd love the lady. A lady doesn't leave her escorts. It isn't fair, and it's not nice. A lady doesn't wander all over the room and blow on some other guy's dice. Come on, let's keep this party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby. I'm the fella you came in with. Hey, look, be a lady. What be a lady? Luck be a lady tonight. Ah, rolling dice, baby. Woo! Snake eyes. Here we go.
All right, Bob. Yay! Are we back on the screen, Jim? Perfect. Bob, you're extraordinary. I love your energy. I love your passion for just entertaining. You know, I'm blessed to have you as my friends and to work with you. We're actually doing second time around weddings. If anybody wants the DJs with Bob does the DJs. I'm not a good DJ, but I'm a good entertainer with Bob.
Second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever.
Yes. We did one or two, and we're like, wow, this is fun because it's more our age and and
it's
stuff.
Our age. There's less stress involved.
Yeah.
Renee and Bob, you have to do 25-year renewals as well.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Like we
yeah.
did.
I just did a 50th. I did a 50th in
50th.
Perth Amboy at a place called the Armory. It was really nice. And they had a nun there who was celebrating her Jubilee, which I think is like 50 or 75 years as a nun. And I didn't know what to play when they were giving her little cake. So I played, do you remember the singing nun? Dominica, Nika. Yeah, I played that.
Yes.
It was great.
I'm gonna stand up for a while.
But that's a good idea. Golden anniversaries and 25-year anniversaries.
I know Judy's been trying to tell me that. She's like, yeah.
Which is silver? Is silver 25?
I think silver 25, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, let me go back to my seat over
We
here.
had a big celebration.
Yeah.
So Bob, don't sit down. Sit down because we're gonna do Jimmy's thing before you go back on. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sitting. I just moved over here.
Jim, do you have the jewelry photo by any chance? Okay, perfect. Hang on, I'll let you put it on. So Lori and Dave.
Renee Marie.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
So does everybody know Lori and Dave? I know the team does, but Bob, I don't think you do because this is the first connection. Lori and I met through Michelangelo. And then she moved up to New York State and she started a whole new wonderful life, which is all about peace, hope, love. I love the vibe that you and Dave put out in your videos. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, how are you all?
So wait until I don't know if anybody could see the videos when it plays, but they're all about. I love the 70s and you remind me of the 70s vibe, but and Lori also Lori, those pieces are extraordinary.
Thank you.
The jewelry, and you could tell you make them from your heart. But Lori actually, when we were doing our tricky trace, she sent down to Diane, I forget a piece. And it was a hit. It was a wonderful hit there. People could not believe that it was made by somebody. It was beautiful.
I'm so happy. That's wonderful.
So I reached out to Lori and said, Lori, can you can you be a part of our telethon? And I thought to, to promote Lori as well on the beautiful jewelry that she's making, and we could work together. So you're sending me these I think 4 pieces or 5 pieces. I forget. Jim.
Yeah, there may be more plus.
Yeah.
I told you, of course, I'm making you something very special.
Wow.
But Jim, can you show the photo on the screen that of the jewelry? And what we'll do is, you know what? I really rather.
Do you want
Go ahead.
me to send those pieces out to whoever?
Well, I'd rather you do that. So
I'll do it. No
Yeah.
problem.
So what we'll do is we'll come up with a press. I'll send it out to everybody, and then we'll connect them to you. And then any money that you make off of it, just give us a small donation to our foundation.
Of course.
That's all.
Of course.
That's all. And you already donated. You already donated like a couple weeks ago. So
yes,
we're good. So yeah, but I just wanted to let everybody know. Jim, is the photo up by any chance? Yeah, is okay. So the photo's up. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I think you're going to show us around your studio.
Here's my studio right here. Hold on. You're on my laptop, so I'm just gonna turn you around.
Power. Let's unplug it.
Okay. So anyway, let me tell you that this was actually David's studio, and
Studio.
This was my office.
It was his office, and I was actually making my jewelry in the bedroom, and it was all over the place.
It was obvious to me she needed a space to herself. So
yes,
I cleared stuff out of here. I have my own studio right next door to this, so I cleared out everything out to create a studio for her.
So now I have my own studio where I have all my beads and everything, and
that's wonderful. Maybe you could be on one of our shows with Judy, and you can actually make one. Show us how you make one.
Oh, I would love to do that. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah,
Easy,
we love to get the behind the scenes of how things are created and stuff. And
I wish I had that necklace. Well, this one right here is one that I made. I don't know if you can see it.
Beautiful.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
And Lori, do the stones? I'm sure they do. The stones all mean something, right?
Yes. I will make sure. And when I sent you the pictures, I told you what the stones are. But if you want like the spiritual meanings,
well, they have energies.
They have energy, so I can write that stuff down for you. And
yes.
You know what? I'm making they're downstairs, but I've made necklaces with tourmaline.
That Dr. Mike.
Yeah. So it was because of him that I learned about the tourmaline and the energies, the healing energies. So I said to myself, you know what? I want to make a couple of necklaces. I'll send you pictures of actually.
Well, we got to connect you with Dr. Mike, because they could put that on their website.
Absolutely.
I'm speaking out of turn, but I don't know the legalities.
Lori, do you have a catalog of your necklaces and jewelry?
I have. If you go to Lori's Dreamy Jewelry on Facebook,
okay,
all my stuff is there.
Terrific.
Yeah.
So you follow, and there's some pieces there, of course, that were sold, but I'm always making new every day.
Yeah, and they're all unique. They're all unique.
None of them look the same.
By the way, I was doing this for years and years and years before Lori and I met, and I realized that she was interested in jewelry making. So we started to look at what each other was interested in with the jewelry, and then I showed her all the beads that I had saved up while I'd been working, and every day I'd been stopping by Michael's or AC Moore or Joann's, collecting beads and beads and beads. So I'd hit the ground running. And then I just had this huge stock of beads. So she always has a stock of beads to fall back on. Plus she buys tons of stuff all the time for her own stuff. So we have so much supplies to fall back on.
Wow. Ginny, you wanted to share something?
Lori, I have a question. Do you make rings?
I don't.
Don't. All right.
I don't, but you never know. One day, maybe.
Well, I'll tell you, I worked for a Brazilian company back in the 90s and went to Brazil, and I have a piece of watermelon tourmaline about the size of a dime. I've learned to never buy loose stones because they just sit around, and I've never done anything with it. And I did see someone that had rings one time, and it wasn't tourmaline, but it was, kind of wired around in it.
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm actually been watching a lot of videos about wire jewelry. Mm-hmm. So I am going to be learning, and I know that you can make rings from the wire. Right. So if I get it down really good and you didn't do anything with it, maybe that's something I could do for you.
I could send
but right now I'm just teaching myself.
I'll keep it in a safe place. Thanks, Lori.
You got it. You got it.
Yes, incredible. Jim, let's show the beautiful. You guys wrote this song, right?
Yes.
The song we're gonna do. Yes. I have a favor to ask you.
Sure.
I want a unique song for the foundation. That we're going into our 10-year anniversary. I would love to have a song about the foundation, and if you would do that for us, just let it come through you. Whatever, if you can, because I know writing songs is very spiritual. I know it.
You know what? It wouldn't be the first time that's happened. I was asked to write a song for Francis Curry. And I sat down and it just happened. So if somebody asked me to write a song, most of the time, if there's not a strong connection, then it may not happen. But if there's something I'm very much connected to, then it may very well happen and very quickly may happen.
What you can do is send us something about the foundation and, well, I already know what it means to you, but if you could do that, then it's possible that David and I can do that.
I'll send you some bullet points of important verbiage, important insinuations. I don't want to say verbiage, but first of all, peace, hope, and love is the answer. Music is the language. Music is a language of love, and all those life is a gift. Like all those labels that are part of our world are really awesome if it would be in there. And I would love to sing it with you, and then we could record it, and it really could be.
When is this gonna be?
Next year, November.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah. So we're starting a kickoff. So I would love to record with you guys and do the whole thing, and I think it would be incredible.
Renee Marie, we'll leave it in God's hands. We'll see what happens.
That's always what we do. What we do. But Jim, go ahead, play that video for us.
Renee, I just want to confirm it's 6.
Good question.
I'm sorry.
No, it's my fault.
Hey, Jim. I don't know if you remember.
9A, remember? Yep. 9A.
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 Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going out of but I wanted to put it in while
here
they're
we go.
here.
I got it. I'm good. Here we go.
Rocking to the music, swaying to the beat, dreams of ocean waves out of control. Seabirds and the medley of their songs dive and take flight, echo in the longing of your soul. Put yourself in your favorite memories are waiting in the wings. Those some are from a long time ago. Your memories are yours to revisit. Any old time, just close your eyes and put yourself there. Breathing easy barefoot, walking on the beach. Salty sea breeze nestling up your hair. Even in the blazing sun, your eyes are misting up. Tears mixed with the splash of ocean air. Put yourself in, your favorite memories are waiting in the wings. Though some are from a long time ago, your memories are yours to revisit. Any old time, just close your eyes and put yourself there. Herons, egrets, osprey, fishing before your eyes. Till you even as they fill themselves. Seagulls fly in tandem, seashells tumbling random, share their acrobatics with the world. Put yourself there, your favorite memories are waiting in the wings. Though some are from a long time ago, your memories are yours to revisit. Any old time, just close your eyes and put yourself there. Catching fiery sunsets, extinguished by the day. Darkness comes and drags you off to bed. But when you close your eyes, they're in your sleeping head. You know you can replay it all again. Put yourself there, your favorite memories are waiting in the wings. Though some are from a long time ago, your memories are yours to revisit. Any old time, just close your eyes and put yourself there. Just close your eyes and put yourself there.
I surprised you, Jim.
Is it over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
such a, you know, you can tell, it's almost like a Jim Croce, right? You're telling a story as you're singing it. You know, you're loving what you're saying. You really believe in what you're saying. It really is an
Well,
extraordinary.
do you want to, I'll tell you briefly what it's about.
Yes.
We go to Sandy Hook, to the shore there, to the ocean and the bay. And, you know, because we're nature photographers.
There are these
two
salt marshes there where there's a ton, it's teeming with wildlife, and we're photographers.
So,
I love photography too.
Thank you. So basically, it was about a day when we were there when it was really windy, and the seagulls were like the wind just put them in the air. They were flying sideways. It was the most incredible day. And so it was basically about that day.
The day was putting on a show for us.
And most of the songs that we've written together are about experiences that we've done together.
And there was a really sweet, cute part about that, and that is, so usually I start out with too many lyrics, and so I was trying to trim the lyrics down, and Lori says, "Where are all the bird names?" And I said, well, I was trying to trim it back. She said, that needs to be in there. So I said, well, I thought it was too much. And then we come out, and at the top of our spruce tree, really tall spruce tree, like a 50-foot tall spruce tree, there's an osprey. Never before, there's an osprey at the top of the tree. And I said, I guess I better put the bird names back in the song.
Yeah.
He was trying to tell us something.
Anyway,
oh my gosh.
so
That's incredible. Thank you so much for being a part of our
thanks
work.
for having us.
Sure, of course.
And Lori has always been one of the Facebook workers. Like, she shares, I mean, even when you couldn't come to the studio, you would always do your back end technical work and really kept us alive and kept us going. And
Definitely.
I mean, you're part of our family. You're part of our
Thank
network.
you. And I feel honored, to be a part of your family. I love you, Renee Marie.
Oh, thank
You're
you. Lord.
awesome,
Love you
really.
too. Thank you. I love you guys too. I'm honored and blessed to have everybody in my world. So it's good. And you know what? You learn that you can't go life alone. You can't go life alone.
No, you definitely need people.
Yeah.
Support, and you need people in your life. It's
Yeah, you
definitely
do. You do. So are you going to hang out with us a little bit, or are you going
for
to
a
fly
little
out?
bit. Yeah, no,
Okay.
I'll be here.
Okay.
David is probably gonna head out, but
I'm not going anywhere.
oh, he's staying.
So, thank you, Laura. We're just going to fly on to another topic.
Thank you,
Okay.
Renee Marie.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Bob, you're going to setting you up. You're going to be doing 2 songs right after Ginny does her intro, her Dr. Littman talk.
Sure.
Okay, you're going to be doing 2 shows. I just want to set you up. So set yourself
Yeah.
up. Your
Okay.
songs, okay?
Couple of oldies.
Okay. So let's go to Ginny. Ginny Ginny interviewed Dr. Littman about strokes and about some topics. I'm going to let you take it away, and you could do the intro for yourself. And then Jim, you're going to show video number 6. I know we're going backwards. I always play with the timelines. So go ahead, Ginny, take it away.
Okay, hi everybody. Good morning, and thank you for tuning in.
Excuse me 1 second. I just want to and start again. Jim, can you put her on the screen by yourself? Okay, so start again, Ginny.
Okay, and again, hello. Sometimes you meet people for unfortunate reasons. I had a stroke a number of years ago, and in the process met Dr. Richard Libman. He's now my neurologist. And after knowing him for a few years and working with Renee, I thought he would be a very good fit for the Stroke of Luck program. And then we've done some videos with him. As an introduction, he is the Vice Chair of Neurology, Chief Vascular Neurology, Professor of Neurology, Zucker School of Medicine at Hofstra and Northwell, and he's at LIJ on Long Island. He's a terrific person. And this first little piece, when it's, how do you know if it's a stroke? When should you react? When should you call 911? He'll give you some information on that, things to be aware of. So Jim, if you can run that video, thank you. Dr. Libman, if you could just emphasize the importance of when you call 911 or someone is calling 911 for you, to be very specific about the fact that it might be a stroke.
Excellent point, Ginny, and that is 100% correct. So first, just to emphasize the point, any symptoms of stroke, call 911, either the person experiencing the symptoms, an onlooker, family member, friend, witness, whoever is there, call 911. And when the 911 operator answers the phone, you can say, or as you're looking at the person in your family or whoever it might be, I think my family member is having a stroke. And those can be the first words out of your mouth. The operator may ask you about symptoms, and of course you can say, well, they're slurring their words and their face is twisted and one arm seems to be weaker than the other side, or they have weakness on one side of their body or numbness on one side of their body, which are the key words they look for. So it's calling 911. The statement, I think my family member is having a stroke, and this is what they're experiencing, and that will expedite the ambulance getting to you, picking you up, getting you to the nearest stroke center. And as we've been referring to over and over again, the sooner you get there, the better, the more effectively you could be treated. So it starts with 911, always.
Okay, thank you again. And I believe the acronym we're now using is BFAST.
That is exactly right. BEFAST. Ambulance, EMS workers are using it, doctors, nurses, and we encourage the public to be using it as well. B for balance, sudden loss of balance, or dizziness of any kind. Sudden loss of balance, even head spinning, vertigo, that's the B. E for eyes, actually, for sudden loss of vision. And that sudden loss of vision can be in one eye, or it can be in both eyes, and even including double vision. So basically, any sudden change in vision, that's the E. For eyes, F for face, and that is what most people do recognize when you smile. You could be looking at yourself in the mirror, or somebody's looking at you and seeing it. and one side is going up and the other side isn't. And I'm exaggerating it a little bit. Could be subtle, could be severe, but you see that sudden onset, that's the F, face, and asymmetry in the face. One side droops. A for arms. Are you having trouble raising one arm compared to the other? Is there any arm weakness? Ask the person, raise both arms. One arm goes up, the other doesn't go up as well, or goes up and starts to drift down. That's the A for arms. S for speech, any speech disturbance. That could mean slurring your words. That could mean word finding. You simply can't come up with the right word, and it's basically something simple, and you can't come up with the right word, or even understanding other people's speech. Suddenly it's not making sense to you. That's the S. And finally, T for time. Time is brain. Call 911. Any of those symptoms in the BEFAST, BEFAST, balance, eyes, face, arms, speech, time. Call 911, get to the emergency department where we can use our bag of tricks and treat you as best we can and hope to make you better, which I think we can often do.
Thank you, Dr. Libman. Be well, and we will see you again sometime very soon.
Always a pleasure.
Wasn't that extraordinary? I first of all, we're blessed to have Dr. Littman and Dr. Beculus as a part of our team that we always reach out to. What I love about Dr. Littman is, am I saying his name correctly, Jenny?
Libman, Libman. Libman,
Libman. Sorry, just it's a stroke thing. Anyway, so I think that what I love about him is he speaks very, very natural, like very easy to understand. So does Dr. Beculus. Dr. Beculus speaks as well. They speak like not doctor's lingo that I don't understand.
From the heart.
Yeah.
What's that?
From the heart. They speak from the heart.
They all speak from the heart, and I love the fact that they know how to make you understand what they're talking about. They speak very naturally, very easy lingo. Ginny, I know that you thought that we should show eye stroke. We don't have enough time, but
I'll just talk about it very briefly. I believe that a number of Dr. Libman's videos are up on the website.
Yeah.
One of the things that he spoke about, we do have a video on, is treatment for eye stroke, that they have come and found that using the TPA, the clot buster drug, they can go right into whichever vein they go in, right into the eye, and break up the blood clot that's in the eye that's causing that eye stroke. And this is something fairly recent. It's not really experimental because they are working on it, but they have found it very effective. And again, that's video is probably on the website. If you want more information on it, you can tune in there.
And it's also on my Facebook page. I put it on my Facebook page.
Oh, good.
It's on my Facebook page. You could share it to yours as well.
Okay.
I know that
I just want to say I know somebody who had an eye stroke and has that therapy, and it's worked.
Yeah, good. Excellent.
Perfect. And I know that's a topic that Judy has touched on a long time ago on our show. So it's something that's very, very forefront with our foundation and our telethon.
It's also something that people don't often recognize as a stroke. And Judy, you have spoken a couple of times about that. That is a stroke when that's happening.
Yeah, and it's another thing, a kind of a stroke, right? Because you don't associate a headache or your eyes hurting you with having a stroke, but you really need to.
It's so much more.
Yeah, Bobby, you almost ready to sing 2 songs?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so get on to your position.
Okay. Let me spin this around here.
And but Ginny will be back with the doctor's another video, which is really important. What's it called? Exciting new treatment for massive strokes. That's really good. And there was one more topic that we did. Ginny, do you remember what it was?
We were reviewing the variation of the TPA drug, which is called tenecteplase, that is faster. Let's try to do this real quickly. TPA, it takes a long infusion. It takes an hour you have to be there. It has to be monitored. The tenecteplase is one quick shot, and it's there. It's done. It's less expensive. You're in and out. You don't have to have people monitoring you. If they have to transport you to another facility, you don't have to have people in the ambulance with you. So it has been used in India for a number of years. It's been used, I believe, in this country for heart issues, but now they're finding it very, very effective in many ways as an alternative to TPA.
No, and we're that's one of our foundation's message is, yes, be fast is important, but after you call 911, you need to let them know that it could possibly be a stroke, because for some reason it gets them into a different gear. I know the ambulance, I know the hospitals, they all do the work, but they're unknown to the situation that's happening to them, right? So if someone that's been seeing the signs, if you just let them know that it could possibly be a stroke, they'll get into stroke mode. And then when they get to the ambulance, get there, they'll kind of assess it, and then they'll call the hospital and they'll pass triage when they get to the hospital, and you go right in for a CAT scan. Time is of the essence with the stroke. Time is of
also, if they know that this is possibly coming, the TPA drug takes time to prepare. So if they, if they're pretty certain that this is what's happening, they can get that going in advance if they're using the original TPA drug.
The only thing I want to mention to that is they have to determine first whether it's a hemorrhagic stroke, because if it's a hemorrhagic stroke, that's a brain bleed, and they cannot use it at that time.
That's absolutely correct.
They may need surgery.
Yeah, but that's all after that we tell them that it could possibly be a stroke. I really stand by that, and I know that everybody else does too. Bob, you okay? You want a drink of water?
Yeah, sorry.
Go get a drink of water. Get a drink of water.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Want a drink of water? Go get. This is live, everybody. We're not playing. Like we're live, right?
We can't hand them a glass of water through the screen.
Yeah, here, Bob. Bob's gonna do some oldies.
All right, I'm good now.
Okay, so Jim, if you could put Bob, what song was you gonna sing?
Well, we're gonna sing "In the Still of the Night," and it's got a little chorus part on it, and I'm thinking some people, if you want to sing along with it, and Lori, you guys are singers, so there's only 2 words in the chorus part to this song. And that's do-wop, do-wop. That's it. So let's give it a spin.
All right. So Jim, if you could put Bob on the screen by himself, maybe. Yeah.
Whoa, sorry about that.
That's okay. It was louder on your end than it was on ours. So okay, Bob, take it away. Take it away.
All right. Let's see. Takes a second for the shoo-doo-be-dooby. In the still of the night.
This is why I'm singing.
Cause I love you so. Promise I'll never let you go. In the still of the night. I remember that night in May. The stars were bright above. And I hope and I pray to keep your breath. So before Right, here we go.
Do-wah, do-wah.
So before the lights hold me again,
Guitar.
we follow your might in the still of the night. In the still of the night. That was great. That was sweet. Yeah, thank you. We love it. Oh, that was great. All right. You, what's that?
I said, yay. I was on mute when I was yaying.
Want another one, or should we save
Yes,
it for
do
later?
another one. One more. One more.
One more oldie. Everybody knows this. And of course, sing along if the spirit moves you. See the pyramids along the night. Watch the sunrise on a tropic island. Just remember, darling, all the while you belong to me. See the marketplace in old Algiers. Send me photographs and souvenirs. Just remember what a dream of beer. You belong to me. I'll be so alone without you. Maybe you'll be lonesome too, and blue. Fly the ocean on a silver plane. Watch the jungle when it's wet with rain. Just remember till you're home again. I always forget that. Oh, yeah. You belong to me. I love that song. The Debris.
Who does it?
From Jersey City, New Jersey. Wow, thank you guys.
Thank
Jim,
you.
Jim, can you put us all back on the screen? We're all back?
What's that?
No, I was asking Jim if we're all back. Bob, that was great. And you know, I don't know. I'm sure Bob and Lori don't know this about Herb, but Herb is very into music, right, Herb? Herb, you gotta.
Yes, I am.
Oh yeah, Herb, you like that? You like
Hang
that?
on a second.
Okay, all right. Now we got him going.
Hang on a second. Herb,
Herb has a CD. This is Here's Herb CZ, and hold on to that.
Country Herb, you know,
Good.
I was thinking earlier when Renee said, I believe it was when you sang the song, we were talking about how it's like a story. How you
Yeah.
went, you saw the seagulls, and that's what I always liked about country music. There's always like a story involved. There's a beginning, a middle, and
an
a
end.
right up at the end.
Yeah.
I got to be careful though when I listen to George Jones that I don't start reaching for the razor blades. He's still loving her today. Oh my God, what a heartbreaker!
I don't know if he has time to listen.
What's that?
Is there time for us to do a song?
We wing it here. We're not going to turn away an opportunity for you guys to sing.
I gotta go get the guitar, but we could
Go
do it.
get it. That's where I thought you were going, Herb. I thought you were going to get your guitar to sing us a song.
Oh, you thought I was going to sing you a song, huh?
We weren't tuned up for that.
That's okay.
Bob,
you can take your seat again and be prepared in a little bit. Let's show Patty Foster. Judy, can you share a little bit about Patty? Patty actually.
Well, I wanted to do a highlight of the.
Oh
9
yes,
years.
yes. I'm sorry, I missed that. Yes. So
otherwise, it's out of context.
Yep. So before,
one moment.
Okay, Bob's going to have a drink of water.
Yes.
Dave is going to get his guitar. Judy, I'm so sorry. Thank you for keeping me on track because I passed that by. But Judy is going to share 10 highlights of the past 10 years. I really thought that was important for her to put that in. And actually, Judy, I know you're not in the writing mode right now, but let's remember that we want to do, maybe we'll do like a 10 highlights show. And also, I really want to do a remembrance show, a show to honor the three guests, the three memories right now. And we'll actually add in Dr. Max onto that. We'll add Dr. Max onto that. Yes. But Judy, take it away. Jim, can you put Judy on the screen by herself just so she can be highlighted?
I've selected some of these guests to show you all that it is important to never give up hope. Think positive, work hard at recovery, and share with others that you can survive and thrive in future endeavors. Patty Foster's life came to a screeching halt after a devastating, horrific car accident where everyone died, including her. And miraculously, she was brought back to life. Patty suffered a traumatic brain injury, spent 101 days in the hospital, followed by acute inpatient rehab, inpatient transitional rehab, and outpatient traditional rehab. Discharged to go home, where she struggled and persevered to relearn every single basic function of living and to put it in living color. Today, Patty travels the world as an inspirational communicator, sometimes alone and other times with Hope After Brain Injury, a nonprofit brain injury organization based in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and is the vice president of this organization. Patty is the author, editor, illustrator of Head Trauma Hero, bringing hope to children with brain injuries. Nicole Yates from Australia was riding her motorcycle at the age of 16 at night, was hit by a car and dragged to her death. Luckily, she was revived 3 times that evening. And at the hospital, her mother was told that if she recovered, she would live the life of a vegetable and that her mother should donate her organs. Her mother refused. And after a long recovery from traumatic brain injuries, Nicole, with strong determination, now has a career as a successful rehab counselor and is author of Holding On to Hope. Marsha Morgan suffered a stroke at the age of 53. She discussed overcoming the hurdles of dealing with a brain injury, gave insights on how she took action for recovery with hard work and perseverance to build new neural pathways regardless of how stroke impacted her. She is the author of Stroke Forward, How to Become Your Own Healthcare Advocate, One Step at a Time. Rob Plaskis, author of Fight for Recovery, talked about his brain hemorrhage bleed during brain surgery, which caused a major stroke, leaving him with right-sided paralysis, severe damage to his short-term memory, and dependence on anti-seizure medicine for his new life. His recovery shows the public how some survivors of severe brain injuries can recover and have a productive life if they work hard at their physical, speech, and emotional therapies. Rob works for the Illinois General Assembly as a communication analyst in Springfield, Illinois. Deborah Meyerson, author of Identity Theft, was a Stanford professor who suffered a severe stroke, and through her book shows her extraordinary efforts to recover and her journey to redefine herself. She discusses with us her broad possibilities for successfully navigating the challenging physical recovery and her equal difficulty with her emotional journey toward rebuilding her identity and living a rewarding life after her stroke. And what I remember about her was that when she was on the show talking, and she has aphasia and she was having trouble, her husband sat next to her and waited, didn't try to give her the words, and he would look at her and she would give a sign if she needed assistance. And I thought that was just beautiful. Warnie Hunter suffered a severe stroke while on vacation at the Turks, Caicos Islands. The hospital staff doctors discovered that Warnie had a large, benign brain tumor that had been there for years, and the pressure of the growing tumor had caused the stroke. It was a hard journey back to health with physical and emotional struggles and plagued with setbacks. During the time of her recovery, she reflected and met new people in the stroke community and became passionate about cheering on stroke survivors through recovery and dedicated her life to the people on this journey. Her story is recorded in the book, Just Say Yes to Life, where she describes having a small stroke, TIA, and was unable to speak for a few minutes. Yet she continued on with her daily appointments, not mentioning the symptoms to anyone. Had she gotten help, would have prevented the massive stroke she suffered 30 days later and while on vacation. Warnie emphasized to our audience the importance for people to learn the signs of stroke and to lose no time going to the emergency room. Lives can be saved, brain damage can be prevented. Warnie Hunter is the founding board member, treasurer of Stroke Awareness Oregon. She is the owner-broker of Plus Property Management. Mark Moore, author of A Stroke of Faith, also believed he was in charge of his life. All that changed on a beautiful Saturday morning in May 2007. Suddenly, he was no longer in control of anything. Though his life will never return to pre-stroke normal, through this crisis, he has gained a deeper understanding of God's role in his life and in all our lives. A Stroke of Faith tells the story of moving from acceptance to surrender and from hope to faith. It reveals God's work in Mark's life as he transformed himself from thinking he had everything under control to knowing God had control all along. Mark Moore, together with his wife Brenda, formed the Mark and Brenda Moore Foundation. Jean Marie Gibbs, founder, president of Pathways Stroke Foundation, created in honor of her mother Agnes, who suffered a devastating hemorrhagic stroke with many disabilities, and her main challenge of overcoming apraxia and aphasia. Jean Marie discussed with our audience the many challenges in helping her mother recover over the years till her mother's passing. Cindy Fiesel, author of After the Cheering Stops, spoke to our audience about the chaos, darkness, and damage her husband, NFL player Grant Fiesel, endured. He played 117 games as a center and long snapper, mostly for the Seattle Seahawks, and suffered skull-battering, jaw-shaking collisions that ultimately destroyed their marriage and fractured the family. Grant died on July 15, 2012, at the age of 52, the victim of degenerative brain disease known as CTE. She warns parents to be aware of contact sport injuries that their children could be injured in. Dr. Kyman Beckley is fellowship-trained neurosurgeon with subspecialty training in minimally invasive endovascular neurosurgery. He additionally specializes in gamma knife radiosurgery and complex spine and brain operations, and has been our special guest numerous times, along with Jason Wallen, registered radiographic technologist in endovascular neurosurgery, well known countrywide. They are both with the Stroke and Brain Aneurysm Center of Long Island at Good Samaritan Hospital Medical Center in East Islip. Most recently, they both discussed thrombectomy, a minimal invasive procedure to remove a blood clot from a blood vessel in the brain. The Nuo interventional guides instruments into a very small incision in the groin or wrist. The instruments are guided through the arteries to the clot. Then the clot is extracted using suction or a stent, restoring blood flow to the affected part of the brain. And lastly, I wanted to mention Karina Sita, who is the founder of Living Without Limits. She is a life and health stroke coach, helping caregivers with their loved ones becoming independent from a stroke so that they can live without limits. And she has previously suffered a hemorrhagic stroke, a brain bleed. Karina has a background in medical emergencies, BA in human communication from the University of Central Florida, and trade certificate of medical emergency studies from Vocational School, Puerto Rico, and knows what it takes to recover from a stroke and support those going through the recovery process. And the two main words cannot be said enough: be fast. B for balance, E for eyes. Anything different with the eyesight. The face, if anything is distorted on the face. Arms, if they cannot be extended together. Standing S for speech, and T for time. Time is of the essence. Do not lose any time. And stay tuned for more educational and motivational programs coming to you via Zoom together with Village Connection Rockstar Studios. And thank you very much.
Jim, can you put us all back on the screen? Judy, that was incredible. And what I'm thinking is, can you send me that? Because I know you have it written out, so that I could mark it on our website. Like, these are the highlights. Some of the highlights.
There's actually one that I didn't put in, which was I can't think of his name now offhand, but he had a stroke. He had a bad headache. He went to the urgent care and they said it was nothing. He came home. His wife was working late that night. He lived in a complex where he went upstairs. And then he said, gee, I feel so awful. And he looked in the mirror and he saw his face distorted. He called 911, said I'm having a stroke, but told them not to come. And then he realized he's upstairs. He had to get downstairs. He fell down the whole flight of steps and passed out. When Bob Mandel it was. And when he woke, and when his wife came in and saw him on the floor, she called 911 and they go, oh, Mrs. Mandel, your husband is the one with the stroke. They did nothing about calling 911 because he wanted to leave the door locked. He didn't want the door open for anyone to get in. And he lost years of recovery because of it, but he did recover.
Yeah, but his brain was scrambled, so he wasn't thinking clearly, you know. But it was, you know, hard, you know, when you're in that mindset. That was incredible, Judy. Thank you so much for sharing. And we got to remember our friend John from Long Island. I've drawn a blank on his last name.
Oh, he had 4 or 5 strokes.
No,
maybe
he had like
more.
8 or 9 strokes. He had we got to invite him to come back on our show.
Yeah.
So Dave and Lori, just give us 1 second. We do want to run a video that ties into Judy's, Patty Foster, who actually, you know, we connected with Dr. Jim, and Dr. Jim is they're friends now, which is you know, it's a blessing that we connected somebody in that. So Jim, can you play video number 8 for us? Okay, here we go.
I encourage you to get involved with Renee Marie in the language of love to make a difference. I'm Patty Foster. I've had the privilege of being a part of her ministry, her outreach, and just the way she truly goes out of her way to make a difference. I was dead on the highway from a traumatic brain injury from a car crash. A tractor trailer rig pulling a trailer full of cars barreled into our stopped Tahoe. The tractor trailer rig behind me pulling the trailer of cars, full of cars, 70 miles per hour. He plowed into our stopped Tahoe. It ejected me from behind the driver. I had just taken off my seatbelt. It ejected me out of the back opposite side of the Tahoe like a missile into the air. I went suspended into the air while the SUV beneath me spun. When it stopped and spun from beneath me down to the ground, my body went skidded across the highway about 3 stories, and they thought I was dead. Completely discombobulated in the highway, eyeball hanging out, so many more details. Well over 60% of my blood gone. The white sheet was pulled over me. I was assumed dead at the scene. Miracles still happen. So I encourage you, step out of your box, make a difference now, as my motto for life says. Reach out, get involved with Renee Marie, the language of love share-a-thon, and bring hope to others after a brain injury, stroke, aneurysm, so many more possibilities of pain and trauma. What a difference. Bless you, Renee Marie. Thank you for going out of your way to make a difference now.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I was looking at a text. We're ready to go, right? You can hear me, everyone?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Wow.
Patty Foster is an incredible.
Oh my God, presumed dead?
Yes.
They covered a sheet and somebody heard her gurgling under the sheet.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
But you know, what I love about Patty is she is so authentic right now. Like, you know, like even me, like I have great faith, but I struggle with, you know, the insecurities in life and I have great faith, but she just walks the walk. She's been through such a traumatic and she knows there's got to be higher powers. There has to be somebody that kept her here for that purpose, and she is living her purpose, and she always does it with a smile on her face, and she's an incredible inspiration to all of us. Incredible inspiration to all of us. So with that being said, yeah, Dave and Lori, take it away.
So what I have to say about this song is called How Precious the Time. And while the whole telethon is really talking about so many people who have gone through and you know, overcome, this is the reminder that we've seen from losing so many people, that we're reminded how precious our time is. So I started writing this before my birthday this year, and it just came flooding in. So this is what I needed to say.
Hang on one second, Dave. Jim,
Yeah.
can you put them on the screen by themselves? Okay, go ahead.
Another birthday's coming round the bend. Don't like saying I can't wait. Don't like wishing my time away. 'Cause I know everything arrives right on time in the end. Without reason or rhyme. Wake up now. Life's a and precious the time. Almost closing another circle around the sun. Don't lose your focus, there's no reason to fret. Don't fear the future, clear the past of regret. But every moment as it comes, when it's done, it's done. Without reason or rhyme. Think of it now. Life's suddenly blink out. How precious the time. Are you hearing it okay?
No, we're not hearing it. That's why we're just
Our
looking
time
at it.
here.
Wait, what did you say?
We weren't hearing you, so I don't know why.
Our time here is so precious. We give anything. Distraction. You know what I think it is? The guitar causes a booming. We're just gonna sing it. The guitar is gonna be very softly, very
Okay.
soft.
I hear your voices, but I don't
Yeah,
hear, I don't hear the guitar.
I think
But we won't do
I'm
the
I'm
guitar.
I'm gonna do that. We're gonna start over.
Okay, go ahead.
Ready?
Another birthday's coming round the bend. Don't like saying I can't wait. Don't like wishing my time away. 'Cause I know everything arrives right on time in the end. Without reason or rhyme. In the wink of an eye. Life suddenly blink out. How precious the time. Almost closing another circle round the sun. Don't lose your focus, there's no reason to fret. Don't fear the future, clear the past of regret. Open every moment as it comes, and when it's done, it's done. Without reason or rhyme. In the wink of an eye. Life suddenly blink out. How precious the time.
Our time here is so precious. We give anything to stretch it. A lifetime doesn't seem like a lot, but break it down
Into decades, into years, into months, into days, into hours, into minutes, into seconds, into moments, into breaths. Break it down like that, it expands a whole lot, and yeah, without reason or rhyme, in the wink of an eye, life suddenly blink out. How precious the time, without reason or rhyme, in the wink of an eye.
life suddenly blink out. How precious the time. How precious the time. How precious the time.
Wow.
That's a great tagline. How precious the time. That's a
Bravo.
Thank you.
What
Thank
was
you.
that? What was that? What was that line about a circle around the sun?
It says, almost closed, another circle round the sun. Don't lose your focus. There's no reason to fret. Don't fear the future. Clear the past of regret. Open every moment as it comes, and when it's done, it's done.
That's really good. I like that a lot.
Thank
It
you.
reminded me when I heard that about around the sun. There's a line from a song that says, I believe it's from a song. Everybody's dancing in a ring around the sun. Just it's nice.
That is beautiful. Thank you.
Wow, that's incredible. But you know, I love the way God works. I love the way God works because initially I didn't know till last night that Bob was going to sing live. I had asked him, but I hadn't heard anything. And he had sent me a video, so I thought he only wanted to do the video. Then he sent me the songs last night. I'm like, okay, well, add Bob back in. So, and then you guys, you're singing live. I just love, like, we flow.
I didn't want to commit until I knew I could do it, you know. So
yeah,
but the technical stuff.
But we wing it, and we wing it well.
Renee Marie,
I got a degree in winging it.
Renee Marie, you know I'm always game.
Oh yeah. Me too. Thank you. That was.
You two are great together. Just
thank you,
Judy.
Judy.
Yeah.
I really admire you both.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And all your creative abilities.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Ginny, I know you're up next on the list, but I just want to, can I slide something in before you?
Absolutely.
Yes?
Sure.
Okay.
Beg off.
So
And Herb is sending regards. He has to take off. He has a meeting he has to go to. So
okay, bye Herb. You'll be back and you'll be singing next time because
I was gonna say, Herb, we want to hear you sing next time.
Julie.
I don't know, Herb, can you move
Get
that?
I'll even practice on my guitar.
Get his album.
When Herb leaves, if you can see over my shoulder, I like to say I play a little guitar. There's a very little guitar over there. I play a little guitar.
Renee Marie, we have to take off.
Oh, it is a little guitar.
bye. Thank you.
Love you, and we'll be in touch, and we'll get everything all situated.
Yeah. I'll send the
with
blast out.
We love you.
If you could just thank you, I love you too. Could you send me the prices on the jewelry pieces?
Yes.
So that I could press it out, okay?
And they'll be very affordable.
Oh yeah.
Send me information so I can get going on writing a song.
I'm so excited. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Bye.
See you.
Bye. Thank you, Jay.
Bye.
Bye.
So just so you know, Ginny and Herb, they sang in another telethon, which I'm gonna I'll post it on my Facebook page. So that you guys
over here, stop.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Let me just mute them. Okay. Perfect. They're gone. I just want to slide in Judy's donation video because Judy, are you going to hang out with us a little bit or?
No, I'm going to have to leave.
Okay, so let's do Ginny's donation video, which is video number 10, Jim.
Hi, I'm Judy Morello, Executive Director of Public Relations and Board Member of Renee Marie Language of Love Foundation, a 501c3 for stroke and aphasia awareness. I'm also co-exclusive producer of Renee Marie Language of Love telethons and executive booking agent, co-host for Renee Marie Stroke of Love TV shows and podcasts. And I'm excited to say that we're about to embark on our 9th Hi, I'm Judy Morello, Executive Director of Public Relations and Board Member of Renee Marie Language of Love Foundation, a 501c3 for stroke and aphasia awareness. I'm also co-exclusive producer of Renee Marie Language of Love telethons and executive booking agent, co-host for Renee Marie Stroke of Love TV shows and podcasts. And I'm excited to say that we're about to embark on our 9th annual Language of Love telethon, which is a kickoff to our 10th anniversary, which is going to be spectacular. Our telethon features stroke, aphasia, and brain injury survivors sharing their stories, and also the medical field, surgeons, doctors, nurses, sharing vital information with you. Personally, I became involved with Renee Marie 9 years ago when she heard about my dad's hemorrhagic stroke, which is a bleed in the brain. And she asked me to come and meet her. We discussed my background, which is in public relations, and my many years in community service. And she said, I want you to join our board. The mission of Renee Marie Language of Love Foundation is to provide stroke and aphasia awareness. Our annual telethons, of which we're entering our 9th, to bring hope through love and music, and to raise financial aid for those whose insurance coverage has ended, and that should not be the determining factor in recovery. Hopefully, you will donate whatever you can from the bottom of your heart to this wonderful organization. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good to go, Jim? Here we go. Judy, thank you. I know you have to leave, but like I say to everyone about you and about Ginny and about Jim, and we could not be where we are if it wasn't for you and for Ginny and for Jim and for Bob now, and just everybody plays a big instrumental role. And I can't wait for this next year, because we're gonna be hopping with shows. We're gonna be hopping with shows. So go have a wonderful you're on mute. You're on mute.
Thanks, Judy.
Phone calls will be starting shortly to the world.
Yep. So have a blessed Sunday. Go
Thank
rest.
you.
Okay. Bye. So we're gonna let Ginny take the next step. And just so Bob knows, Bob, my sound isn't working. It was kind of cutting in and out. So what other songs do you have on your repertoire?
I got 2 more songs by Old Blue Eyes.
Oh,
One
good.
is That's Life. You like That's Life.
Yes.
And the other is My Way, which everybody.
Okay, perfect.
likes.
So, but That's Life was a song you did with but you could do it live. So
Well,
this is
I did New York with Al. I also did That's Life. So I don't know which one you have.
I have to look. But we're gonna close out the show, and we're gonna sing the last 2 songs. Then I'm gonna sing I Believe in Music a cappella, and we're gonna roll on out with the closing. Okay.
I think this was a great show. We got such good talent on here.
I know.
And I hope we can hear Herb sing sometime.
Yeah.
One of these days, yeah.
And I'll practice my guitar, and we'll have a real hootenanny going on here.
Well, we're gonna do it live. So mark your calendar.
You play your little guitar yourself.
Yes, I do.
Ginny. So practice on that.
Fingernails, no fingernails. So
beautiful nails. Good for picking, though.
That's exactly what it is. I think it's somebody told me it's called Travis picking. It's little folk music.
Yeah.
Bob, so mark your calendar for next year, because we're doing it live in Long Island.
You're doing a live what?
We're doing the 10th annual telethon live in Long Island. So just mark your calendar. for November 4th, November 3rd. I think it's November 3rd because it's a leap year.
And we'll spend some time this year developing an audience, I think. I invited a few people, a couple of people who have recently had strokes.
Oh my gosh.
But they might still be in recovery. One fella's doing okay. Another fella you might know is Uncle Floyd Vivino.
Yes, yes.
Remember Uncle
yeah.
Floyd?
Yeah.
I don't know how he's doing.
Bob, if you could set up, we'd love to go visit him, see how he's doing.
And what a good idea.
And if he wants to be a part of our show, we can always go do him live, or we could do it via Skype or a telethon, Zoom.
We got to talk to Al Russo because Al's very close with Floyd.
Yeah. We would love to hear his story and how he's doing. I'm sure everybody would love to hear that.
He was scheduled to perform down here at our retirement community about a week ago, and obviously he had to cancel.
Wow. So, Ginny, take it away.
Okay.
Hang on. I just want to make sure Jim puts you on the video by yourself so that you can stream. Okay, go.
All right. Hi. Coming back with some more video information from Dr. Libman. The videos are on Renee's website, and I believe she has some specific ones on the Facebook page. The one that's coming up is about treatment for massive strokes, when there is a big blood clot in the brain, and some very successful treatment. They've had some good success over the last, I guess, couple of 3 or 4 years. So if Jim, if you want to roll that video for us.
Number 9, Jim.
Hi, I'd like to welcome Dr. Richard Libman again. He's the Vice Chair of Neurology at LIJ Medical Center, Chief of Vascular Neurology, and a Professor of Neurology at the Zucker School of Medicine at Hofstra Northwell. And hello again, Dr. Libman. I understand that there is some exciting news about the treatment of large strokes with a large blood clot that you're having a lot of success with.
Nice to see you again, Ginny, and thank you again for having me. The question about large strokes, it seems like something so obvious. Well, if we can treat small strokes, if we can treat medium-sized strokes, why can't we treat large strokes? And so just to clarify, what we're talking specifically about here is what's called the endovascular approach to stroke treatment, which is when we go in with a catheter, usually through the groin, feeding it all the way up, usually up through the neck, through the carotid artery, right up into the head, and then mechanically pulling out a clot. So it seems so simple. It's almost like a roto-rooter, almost what a plumber would do with a blocked pipe. It seems so simple, although of course it is a very delicate procedure and requires a lot of skill and a lot of very, very fine kind of instruments and catheters and devices to actually pull these clots out. So that's the background. And in the last few years, putting aside the question of large strokes for a minute, just to remind everyone that this technique of putting in a catheter and mechanically pulling out a clot has proven to be not only effective for stroke treatment, but actually one of the most effective treatments for any condition in all of medicine, including outside of stroke, outside of neurology, including any treatment for infectious diseases, for infections, for heart attacks, for cancer, for anything, you name it. This technique of pulling out blood clots, as simple as it sounds, of course it has risks, has been proven over and over again now in multiple studies to be one of the most powerful and robust treatments in all of medicine. That's number one. Number two, the time window for this kind of treatment is up to 24 hours. So very different from giving the IV clot busting treatment such as tenecteplase, which still has a 4.5-hour window. When a major blood vessel inside the head is blocked, this catheter-based technique, so-called mechanical clot retrieval, can be used up to 24 hours. Now, just to qualify, as we always do in stroke treatment, just because you have a certain amount of time doesn't mean you have to wait that amount of time. We know very well from now years and years of study, whether it's with intravenous treatment with a clot buster or whether it's with this catheter-based mechanical clot retrieval, you may have 24 hours. If you get to the hospital faster, you can be treated earlier, and the treatment is almost always more effective when you treat earlier than when you treat later. Having said that, yes, we have up to 24 hours to treat people who have come in with stroke with occlusion or blockage of a major vessel inside the head. Now, what's new about this? Well, it was always thought that if you come in, doesn't really matter when, let's say 6 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, or anywhere up to 24 hours. If you already have a very large stroke, meaning there's a large amount of brain that's damaged, well, how can we possibly help that person? Because there's so much brain that's already damaged. And then the other thing is, we have tests that can show us on a CAT scan right away when you come in with your stroke, what size of the stroke is irreversible. That means that part of the brain is dead. And then what part of the brain, how much around it is maybe deprived of blood or starving for blood, but is still salvageable. In other words, it's still alive. That part of the brain may be stunned. It may not be working very well. And that's why you come in and let's say you're completely paralyzed or cannot speak. But these tests can show us what's the size of the stroke that's irreversible and how much around it not functioning well because of lack of blood flow, but can be saved if we can reestablish blood flow ASAP. That's what we've been doing for quite a few years now for all kinds of strokes, but for the most part, smaller strokes or medium-sized strokes, but not the huge strokes. Why? Because when the studies were done that looked at this mechanical clot retrieval, everybody thought there's no way we can help patients with humongous strokes. What is the point? And as a result, patients who came in with these large strokes were automatically excluded from these major research studies because everybody thought it's completely pointless. We'll probably end up just hurting them. Not only would we not be able to help them because the stroke is so large, we'll probably end up hurting them because you can get complications, maybe will cause bleeding. There's just so much damage done already. It's pointless. Well, that was kind of the philosophy for the first few years, meaning over the past few years. And then over the last year to a year and a half, everybody said, and some sort of investigators and scientists and doctors said, maybe this doesn't really make sense that we're automatically excluding these people with such large strokes. We better test it before we go to the end of time, basically saying, well, we never tested it, but we just assume we're not going to be able to help people with very large strokes. That doesn't seem fair because that is excluding people from treatment, patients from treatment, who have the worst and most devastating strokes. As a result, there have been 2 large studies specifically geared towards patients with very large strokes, and you can measure how big it is. You can see it on a CAT scan, however you measure it, CAT scan, MRI. And these 2 large studies were devoted exclusively to patients with very large strokes. So if you had a very small stroke, sort of an average size stroke, you didn't even get into the study. We already know we can help you if you have a small or medium-sized stroke. So here were 2 larger trials, larger studies devoted exclusively to patients with very large strokes. And it was basically divided into 2 arms, as all these studies are, flip of a coin, randomized trial. Some patients got catheter-based treatment, mechanical clot retrieval, and some people got best medical therapy. And that best medical therapy could include intravenous clot-busting drugs like tenecteplase or TDA, plus anything else that we think is the best thing to do, but everything except using the catheter. So that was the comparison, and that's a randomized trial. And lo and behold, both studies were positive, showing that even when you say, well, there seems to be so much brain that's damaged already, what could be the point of trying to open up a blood vessel when there's so much damaged brain? Lo and behold, we weren't as smart as we thought we were, because people are telling us and our patients are telling us, yes, you can still help us. And sure enough, these two studies were positive, showing that even when you come in within 24 hours, it's the same time window as we do for sort of the standard size strokes and average strokes. If you come in within 24 hours, again, the earlier, the better, but we have within 24 hours, looks like a big stroke, treat it. Go in with the catheter, pull out the clot, restore the blood flow. And patients do better. Now, do you say, well, are all these patients miraculously sort of jumping off the table and jumping out of bed and starting to dance? The answer is no, because it's a bad stroke and the stroke is already very large. Overall, these patients don't have the best outcome. But what the studies have shown us, that even though overall in the whole population, treated or untreated, a lot of them are not doing so well, but we can still greatly increase the number of patients who do well if they're treated than if they're not treated. Meaning we can't save every patient, but if we treat you, you still have a much better chance of getting better than if you're not treated, even with all of this pre-existing damage to your brain. And basically it surprised everyone. And it's really amazing. And it's kind of opened up, a world of treatment to patients who otherwise would not have been treated. And at least a proportion of those patients who come in with really large strokes, devastating neurological problems with paralysis and loss of speech, etc., a fair number of those patients are doing remarkably well, going home, sometimes not even needing rehab, actually, just going home, and others going to rehab, whereas in the past, they would have either gone to a nursing home or died. And that's the long and the short of it. It's basically making us work harder to treat more patients, and that's our job, and that's what we do. And so that's really the new horizon that basically that we've reached in treating stroke patients with very large strokes.
I have a question, Dr. Libman. So if you have a large clot, it kills off, we know it's going to kill off a certain amount of brain cells. But is there like more of, a gray area where maybe some of that can come back if the blood flow is returned to it fast enough?
That's exactly right, Ginny. It's hard to know, how are we helping these patients if they have such huge strokes? And the traditional thinking about stroke is that all of this brain is basically dead. It's basically irreversibly damaged. How can we be helping these patients? Well, there are two possibilities. One is that what you're calling that gray area is the area just around the stroke, just around it, with areas of brain that are not getting enough blood. But if you can reestablish the blood supply, that area of the brain stays alive. Whereas if you don't reestablish the blood supply, that area of brain that's still alive but not functioning well can go on and become part of the stroke, at which point it's irreversible and it's dead brain. So one possibility is just we are salvaging or saving that area around the basic stroke, the core stroke, and that's allowing people to recover better or more effectively. And the other possibility is that even within that core of stroke damaged brain that we think is irreversible and dead, well, it may be that with our technology and our ideas, we're not exactly correct. And that even within that area of what we think is completely gone, there may be areas of brain, in fact, that are still functioning, that are salvageable, but we can't see them. But when we reestablish the blood flow, those areas that are kind of, weakened and stunned by the lack of blood supply within the core stroke can kind of revive and jump up and start doing the dance that they always wanted to do since they were in high school, but were told that they really can't dance, so don't even try. But we're showing that those brain cells can find that youthful spirit and come back as long as we can reestablish the blood flow.
It's amazing news, and thank you. And I'm sure that that's going to give a lot of people who have stroke in their family, or they, their lifestyle, or maybe they've had a small stroke and they might be looking at a larger stroke. It will give them more hope that something, it's, I don't want to use this word death sentence, but it's not the end of everything.
100%. So it's a reminder, doesn't matter how mild or how severe, if you detect the signs of stroke, sudden weakness on one side, sudden paralysis, sudden numbness, sudden loss of speech, twisted smile, any of those signs, call 911, get to the emergency department. Doesn't matter what else is going on. If you get there quickly enough, small, medium, or large stroke, you can be treated.
Thank you so much, Doug. Thank you so much. And we'll chat again about another topic in a few minutes. Thank you.
Very good.
Ginny, it really does bring a lot of hope to people, especially because it used to be a 4.5-hour timeline for, to be able to do something about a stroke, right? But now there's
for the clot buster drug, right?
Right. But we do want to reiterate what Dr. Littman said. Did I say his name correctly?
Littman.
That any showings of a possibility of having a stroke, don't wait. Like that, because there's an expanded amount of time not to count on that for your recovery, to go as soon as you think you're having a stroke, or to the loved ones or friends or family to be aware and call 911. They'd rather it be nothing rather than the emergency. What do you think?
There was one other topic that there's a video, and I just want to go through it briefly because it's also very important, that what Dr. Lippman called wake-up strokes. You get out of bed in the morning and you fall and you're paralyzed. You don't know when you actually had that stroke. They now have found out that there are two markers on an MRI. There's a marker when you had the stroke, and 4 hours later, there's another marker at exactly 4 hours. So if you come in and they do an MRI and they see the first marker, but not the second marker, they know that there's time that they can use the TPA or the tactipase. Once they get past that, that second marker, then it's a little bit too late. But you don't know when you're asleep. You could have had the stroke 8 hours ago, or it could have been 10 minutes ago. So it's another very, very valuable testing. So it's just so important to know that the hospitals have these tools.
Yeah, that's true. And we're Dr. Littman is an incredible team member of ours.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah. And he loves to do it. Like, he loves to help us.
Absolutely.
He said anything he needs to do, if we have any questions. So it's going to be important to, just let them know our 10th annual is coming up, and we love a recap of, where we've come from and where we're going, and the future, what it holds. Technology and medicine is so incredible nowadays.
And he always comes into us with what's on the horizon.
Yeah.
It's always what's new, what's happening, what maybe can be done with some positive hope that there's things out there.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much, because it's a lot to get all that together, and it's good. And we always love the videos. Jim, let's go to some entertainment. Could you put the video number 7 on, but only play half of it, because I think it's New York, and the what's the other one, Bob, that you guys did that you're going to be doing live?
That's Life, My Way.
Life. Right. No, that's Life. That's Life. So Jim, put video number 7 on, and I'll let you know when he's done with the New York. It's a great set. I mean, Bob and Al did it at our Elmwood Park celebration, third annual Elmwood Park celebration, which was extraordinary. When you talk about a wonderful event, that was just an extraordinary event. So go ahead, Jim, show it.
Now, Bobby can dance. He can kick those legs. Me, I got a little bit of a problem. Start spreading the news now. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. Little town blues. I'm melting away. I'll make a brand new start in old New York. If I can make it there, where we going, Bobby? He's gonna make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. Yeah. Make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. Hey, look, we're going uptown. Anybody know New York? Yeah. Ready, buddy? New York, New York. I want to wake up in that city and never sleep. Wake up and find I'm a number one, top of the list, king of the hill, a number one. These little town blues. I'm melting away. I'm gonna make a brand new start of it right there in old New York. And if I can make it there, I'm gonna make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. One more time, New York. Lyric City. Thank you so much. Thank you for
Ready, Jim?
That's right. That's what all the people say.
You can fade it out. You can fade it out because Bob's going to do that song live. We have him live tonight to do that song. So I tell you, Al Russo and Bob just hit it really out of the park that night because of the way they performed together. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Ginny, you should watch it on the. I don't know if you may have seen it on the Facebook. I posted it when they did it. It was incredible. So let's go to Jim. Let's put Ginny's video on. Video 15. I know I'm going out of order.
Is there a reason I'm not seeing the videos, or do I need to mess around with my settings?
You know, you need to watch them on Facebook. You can't
Oh,
see it on the
okay.
screen. You need to watch them on Facebook. But when it gets done, it's gonna rewind, so you can watch it later on.
I watched the rerun. Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep. So go ahead, Jim. This is an important video from Ginny. She did a great job.
Hi, my name is Virginia Werner. I'm on the board of trustees for the Renee Marie Language of Love Telethon for Stroke and Aphasia Awareness. And we are looking forward to our 9th annual telethon on Sunday, November 5th, 2023. It seems like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years since our first telethon when I met Renee. I did not know her ahead of time, but over the last few years, we've gotten to know each other fairly well. And I have found that she is a woman of strength, passion, and determination. She has worked hours on end, endlessly, and overcome immense obstacles in her life. And with the progress of the telethon, starting with her own stroke when she was a young woman. And through the telethon, we've been to a couple of different studios with some different production people, always terrific. And then we hit COVID and we went into lockdown, and Renee transformed her garage the first year and turned it into a wonderful, wonderful spot and pulled everything together between videos and live conference and Zooms. And just her passion for what the motivation for all of this is to help people with the awareness for stroke and aphasia, what it is, how to recognize everything, how to recognize how to help people, how to get them to a hospital on time. And also, as good as the medical treatment is in this country, the medical insurance industry is lacking in therapy. And one of Renee's goals is to be able to assist people whose medical insurance for their physical therapy after a few 8, 10, 12, 16 weeks has run out, when so much more is needed. People can live productive lives if they have the help that's needed. And it's not recognized. It's better to spend a few dollars helping people along than to spend a lot of money on subsistence. So please, any little bit that you can send us for the telethon, any donation, every dollar, every $5, every $100 is a huge help. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We hope you stay and watch the segments on the telethon. We have some wonderful speakers, some excellent information, and some terrific entertainment. So stay with us. Thank you again. And we hope to see you on November 5th.
Ready to go, Jim? Ginny, you know, it just, can you believe it's been 9 years?
It boggles my mind.
Right?
Completely. Maybe 3, maybe 4.
I know.
9 years is, you know.
And now's the time, like, to sit back and say, wow, like, yeah. we did 9 telethons, and I gotta give kudos to Jim, because you talked about, like, when COVID hit, like, without Jim, it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened.
You and Jim together are an incredible team. And again, you know, you just, like, in a couple of hours, made over your garage. And it was cold. You were still out there. It was absolutely amazing. I
started that at 5 o'clock on the Saturday before. Because I'm walking around going, what am I going to do? Because at that point you couldn't do it inside, right? Because you needed to be outside. That was like right in the midst of, like, the heavy COVID. And I was like, where am I going to do it? I got to do it outside. And I wish I would have taken a video of how I pulled it together. Like
what are those little time lapse things?
Oh my God, Ginny! Like, the backdrop was on 2 big pieces of furniture that I called a friend of mine, Gio. He's one of the maintenance staff, but he's become a dear friend, and he helped me. We moved the big cabinets to make the backdrop, because my garage is dirty. Then we put the curtain up. He put the curtain up. I mean, I'm telling you, the way it came together was, I got to put it in my movie. I got to put it in my movie.
You know, Renee, you've also adapted to technology. That, I mean, you never let anything get in your way. You learn and you say, okay, I'm going to do this, and you master another skill, and then you master another
Yep.
skill, that a lot of us would go, I give up.
No,
That's a fact.
You never ever stop, and that's
Yeah.
just so amazing.
Yeah.
That's you. That's your. That's who
Thank
are.
you, thank you. But I couldn't do it without all of you. Me calling you up and saying, "Could you just like I'm like Ginny, could because I say, oh, no problem. You never used Google Doc before, right?
Yeah, no,
So
that was the drive. Yeah, that's a
yeah,
whole.
I was like, okay, let's put it on Google Doc. Let's do this. You're like, okay, I'll learn. Like you're the same. We have
Yeah.
the same, all have the same mindset. You
Right.
know, I just kind of like, it's just like, we're gonna do this. No is not our vocabulary word. Sorry. That's really good, Bob. We're getting close. I just want to let you know in a few minutes we have let's see, 1, 2, 3 more videos that we need to show before the closing, before Michelangelo's closing and the closing. So let's show. Karina was on the show, the most recent show, our last Stroke of Luck show, and she impressed us. Oh my God, you have to watch that show. And I got to tell you, the Stroke of Luck shows are so impressive to me, like just the way that God brings them together. And in my world, that's how it happens. We go out, we research, we don't pull everything together. Then like this telethon, we get onto the sand. We're like, okay, whatever you want to happen, oh Lord, like that's the way it's going to go. And it's just, it is extraordinary. Like that's the topic of the day, like everything extraordinary. And it's just a blessing. So, Karina, but I want to show the video 13, Jim. I want to show the Spanish version. She did 2 versions for us. She did the English version and she did the Spanish version, because she's going to probably work with us to be the Spanish, the Spanish version of our show, the way I was with my mom. And in honor of my mother, we're going to show the Spanish version. So let's show video 13, Jim.
Saludos, saludos, por aquí Karina hablando y primero que nada quiero decirles felicidades en el día de hoy. Estoy haciendo este video por aquí para estar con ustedes y celebrar los 10 años de aniversario en la comunidad de Telethon. Es un honor estar por aquí con ustedes en el día de hoy. En este video voy a introducir un poquito de mí como sobreviviente de un derrame cerebral y también hacer la historia, un poquito corta en estos breves minutos con ustedes, pero lo más esencial es la bonita oportunidad de poder conectar con ustedes en el día de hoy y celebrar juntos. Para compartir rapidito por aquí, mi nombre es Karina. Como mencionado, soy una sobreviviente de un derrame cerebral. Yo experimenté mi derrame a los 15 añitos. Para compartir en ese tiempito algo que no se esperaba, no había, ¿verdad? No era algo común que un niño experimente un derrame cerebral o accidente cerebrovascular. Para hacer la historia corta, en mi derrame estuve, como le decimos, muerta, ¿verdad? A pesar de que se escucha algo fuerte. En mi caso, ellos me revivieron nuevamente 2 veces. ¿Verdad? Por aquí tengo el honor de compartir con ustedes un poquito de mi historia. Y como siempre menciono, nosotros sobrevivientes estamos aquí con un propósito. Y por aquí estoy viviendo mi propósito, trabajando en mi misión por la cual estoy aquí en este mundo. Y qué bonito compartir con ustedes en el día de hoy en esta comunidad. Algo que me gustaría enfatizar o compartir con ustedes son algunas cositas que hablamos en el programa de la semana pasada, en el cual hablamos acerca de cómo hoy en día es importante crear conciencia en que un derrame cerebral se puede ver hoy en día a cualquier edad y básicamente en cualquier instante, porque son eventos en la vida que no esperamos. Hoy en día es bien importante concientizarnos de identificar si tenemos la oportunidad en prevenir uno, mucho mejor, ¿verdad? Pero también ya las personas que hemos experimentado un derrame cerebral, también cómo seguir adelante, cómo seguir esa misión por la cual todavía estamos aquí. So, algunas cositas que me gustaría compartir también es ese soporte, la ayuda que necesitamos. Por aquí algo que mencioné la semana pasada, el soporte del cuidador, ya sea familiar, es bien importante, pero también importante el cómo hacerlo, ¿verdad? El saber cómo ayudar, cómo asistir, pero no hacer el trabajo por ellos, sino saber dejarlo al sobreviviente que también haga esas cositas o las acciones, el trabajo que hay que hacer, que también lo haga de manera correcta. ¿Okay? Algo que me gustaría compartir, en mi caso pues estuve por ahí, ¿verdad? Y es una de las razones por la cual hoy en día hago lo que hago. Mamá, papá, si tienen niños, si, o como hoy en día se ve al niño que el papá, ¿verdad?, tuvo el derrame o la mamá. So, aquí lo vemos a cualquier edad, cuidadora a cualquier edad, es bien importante uno saber, ¿verdad?, esas cositas que para ayudar, pero también para ayudarlo de manera positiva y correcta, si me hace sentido. ¿Okay? Algo que también me gustaría compartir son esas cositas que se hablaron la semana pasada, y es seguir concientizando. Bien importante cómo identificar un derrame, si lo podemos prevenir, súper. Pero hoy en día tengo el privilegio también de, para hacer la historia larga, corta, de que también lo que se puede hacer, ¿verdad? Las cosas que podemos seguir haciendo luego de un derrame cerebral. So, en mi historia, seguir hacia la independencia, seguir trabajando, le llamamos la recuperación, seguir trabajando hacia independencia, su misión en la vida. Hoy en día puedo decir, viviendo sin límites. Si usted busca por ahí Karina Seda, va a encontrar que hoy en día tengo el privilegio de que soy la fundadora de Living Without Limits con Karina Seda. Por ahí van a encontrar, ¿verdad?, básicamente también algunas palabras para compartir antes de que termine el video, esa esperanza bien esencial, y también crear la conciencia de las cosas que podemos seguir trabajando, que podemos seguir haciendo después de un derrame cerebral o accidente cerebrovascular. So, antes de terminar por aquí, quiero nuevamente celebrar, es tiempo de celebrar. Felicidades en este día. Fue un honor estar por aquí en la comunidad. Mi nombre es Karina. Cualquier cosita, siéntase libre, ¿verdad? Conectar con René, conectar con la comunidad. Estamos por aquí compartiendo amor, compartiendo esperanza hacia todos, y más que todo también el continuar creando conciencia de la vida luego de un derrame cerebral o accidente cerebrovascular. Así que los quiero invitar a todos a celebrar en el día de hoy, compartir ese amor, nuevamente felicidades y que tengan un hermoso día. Bye bye.
Good, Jim? Karina was really a gift to us, kicking off the 10-year anniversary. She is just energetic. She's just attentive. She's inspirational. She had a stroke at the age of 14, I think 14 or 15, somewhere around there. It's a wonderful story, and they didn't think she'd be here, and she's here to master in and helping people in education and health and life coaching. She mastered in all that. So it really is a success story, and we're happy to have her as a part of our family, and we can't wait to work with her. Again, we're gonna roll right into Giovanni. He was performed at our Elmwood Park celebration too, and this is on my dad, because my dad was a true Italian. He loves his Italian music, and Giovanni specializes in Italian singing. Bob, we're running out of time, so if you want to pick That's Life or Let's Be It, Luck Be a Lady, it's your choice. But I just wanted to give you the heads up. So whatever song you want to do in a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
We'll do My Way.
Okay, My Way. And so Jim, go ahead. Number 14. Here we go. So Giovanni was really an extraordinary, wonderful. He was so good. He was so good. And I can't wait because him and I agreed that we're going to learn the prayer. We're going to learn that song and we're going to sing it together. So I hope for the 10-year anniversary we can have that. That's one of my favorite songs. I have many favorite songs, but that's one of my favorite songs. So I can't wait to sing that with him. Let's show Cindy's video number 17, which it actually repeats itself, I think. I'm unsure, but if it starts to repeat itself, just shut it off because I couldn't upload it to YouTube unless I repeated it. It was too short. So if it repeats itself, shut it off, Jim. So take it away. This is Cindy Fiesel.
Thank you, Renee Marie and Judy, for asking me to be on the telethon. My name is Cindy Fiesel, and I have written a book called After the Cheering Stops. It's available on Amazon, and it's about my husband who played in the NFL for 10 years and the damage that it caused. CTE is a lot like dementia, and ALS, Parkinson's, all of these diseases have something to do with the brain. So we didn't know what was going on with Grant until after he died and they did an autopsy, stage 3 CTE. I encourage parents to look at all of the things that a headbanging sport can cause your child. It's very important to look at all the reviews. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the work that y'all do for raising awareness.
I remember that show.
Cindy is such a ray of light. She really is a ray of light, and we love having her in our family. She's always there, and we always like to bring awareness, especially that I have grandchildren now, and they're young, and I can't tell them what to do, but I just want to bring some light to the fact of what could happen. That's all. So thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to give a rundown on we're really at the end of the telethon. Bob is going to do the honor of really beginning the closing. I just want to give thank you to everybody. This isn't a goodbye. This is a hello, because we're starting our 10-year anniversary. And that's what the ending is going to be, just me singing I Believe in Music with the logo for the 10-year anniversary, because this is really a beginning for us, and we're so excited about it. Bob is going to sing, and then it's going to come to me. I'm going to just really sing a cappella I Believe in Music, just the first or second verse, and then we're going to have Michelangelo's testimonial to Carlos play. After that, we'll go right into the closing. I really want to thank Ginny and Jim, and of course Judy, who had to leave us early, and Bob, my singing husband. You're my second singing husband. I had Bobby Baby Walker, now I got Bob Kern.
Second time around.
Second time around. Perfect. Listen, I don't even know what to say. This telethon was really, I think it was just easier. It was just, we're good at it now, Jim, right? We're good at doing a telethon. We know exactly what we do. But I don't know, we're flowing into our purpose. It really takes time to establish something. I always go back to the American Idol, right? American Idol is a huge showcase for children who are, people who want to sing. But I remember, if you look at that first show that they had, they did it in a little stage, and Ryan Seacrest was a young guy who was, he wasn't even, wasn't as established as he is today. It takes time to create things and to establish it, and we think we've laid our groundwork. We've laid our groundwork for that. Ginny, do you have any words to say before we begin the closing?
I'd just like to thank you, Renee Marie, and everyone in the family for having the vision, having the dream, and continuing and not giving up on it through whatever, and just looking forward to the next 10 years and seeing the other dreams and visions come true. So brava and onward.
Yeah. Jim, do you have any words of wisdom you want to share with everybody? You got to put your mic to I can't hear you, Jim. I can't hear you. Your mic
I
might
just
be
want to
off.
say it's been a pleasure all these years. I remember when Renee came to me for the first time asking about doing a telethon. At the time I was doing shows with, a guest and a host, and that was it. And I said, yeah, that's no problem. We could do that. And I remember sitting there for a long time and just loving every minute of it. It was great.
It was a long time. And I remember what pain you were in sitting there. And I remember you not getting up. Yep. You were just so focused on establishing it. Then you were so concerned and you were so dedicated to making it work that it was like you didn't even eat. You're I brought you a bagel.
Once I committed to doing it, it had to work. It had to work. There was no way I was going to not let it work.
Yeah. And here we are. How many? 6 years later, right? Yep. 6, because we did, yeah.
And I was in no shape to be doing anything like that at the time, but it was a pleasure. It really was.
Yeah. We're blessed to have you as a part of the family. So, Bob, take it away.
Hey, Renee, this is that little Bose PA I'm using, so you gave me.
Good.
How's
I'm glad.
The sound quality?
It sounds wonderful.
How's the sound quality coming out?
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
great. Sounds great.
Give it a whirl here.
Sounds great.
Put Bob on the screen by himself, Jim.
Now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every highway, but more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, and I saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you do, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and I spit it out. I tasted it all, I stood tall and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. Oh, what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, that he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of what you hear. The record shows I took the blow. I did it my way. We got one more line coming up. It's the only way to go, really. Yes, it was my way. Thank you.
Yay, Bob. Great ending to a show, the wonderful show.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today, for logging in. So as I said before, I really want to thank everybody for joining us today. We're beginning our 10-year anniversary here and now. We open it on up. I'm going to sing a little bit of one of my favorite songs. This one is one of my favorite songs because of the words. We're not going to use my music because it wasn't coming out right. But I wanted to sing a little bit before we close. So here we go. I can just sit around making music all day long as I'm making my music, I can't do nobody wrong. And who knows, maybe someday I'll come up with a song that makes people want to stop the fussing and fighting just long enough to sing along. Let's go. I believe in music. Jim, you could put everybody on the screen. And I believe in love. That's it. Music is love and love is music, if you know what I mean. And people who believe in music are the happiest people I've ever seen. So clap your hands, stomp your feet, and shake your tambourine. Lift your voices to the sky. God loves it when you sing. Let's go. I believe in music, and I believe in love. One more time. I believe in music. Lord knows that I believe in love. One more verse. Music is a universal language, and love is the key to find brotherhood, peace, and understanding, and living in harmony. So take your brother by the hand and sing along with me. Find out what it really means to be young and rich and free. Let's go. I believe in music. And I believe in love. One more time. I believe in music. Lord knows that I believe in love. Let's blow our kisses, everybody. God bless everybody.
Oh, by the way, I got to tell you, I got to compliment you on your setup there in the back with the oil, flowers, and everything.
Thank you,
It's
Bob.
been wonderful.
Thank you. Yes, I'm blessed.
Thank you, everybody.
We blow our kisses. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Mwah!
Well, enjoy the Michelangelo tribute to Carlos, and here we go on our 10th anniversary. Here we go.
Wow.
Can you stop it for 1 second? That's okay. I need you to play video 18.
Sorry.
That's okay. I want to make sure Michelangelo's video gets logged in. And I'll tell you why I didn't put it before this later on.
Greetings, I'm Mike Angelo, There You Have It Media Group. On this 9th annual Language of Love Telethon for Stroke and Aphasia Awareness, I am presenting this memorial video to my good friend of 26 years, Carlos Ramos. Now, Renee Marie, you're going to have to bear with me for a bit because I'm not really good in front of the camera, I'm more or less behind the camera, so I'll have to wing it. Carlos and I met in production while we were working at Crosswalks Television while Giuliani was mayor. Well, of course, that was years ago before the cheese had slipped off his cracker. Over the years, Carlos and I worked very closely in major productions, including anything from major music stars from all over the world to celebrities to right here at the Language of Love Telethon for many, many years. Carlos also worked for ABC as an editor, and he also recently worked at Newsmax as a field producer and camera operator. To many in the industry, Carlos was a hero. Carlos often said to me, that he looked up to me for my vision. Actually, I looked up to him for his knowledge and his professionalism. I am dedicating this video to the life and the memory of my good friend Carlos Ramos. Carlos was a true hero.
There's a hero if you look inside your heart. You don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer if you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You can find love if you search within yourself, and the emptiness you felt will disappear. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. Lord knows dreams are hard to follow, but don't let anyone tear them away. Hold on, there will be tomorrow. In time, you'll find the way. Then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. That a hero lies in you. That a hero lies in you.
Mute. I like to mute myself when before. Thank you, Michelangelo, for creating this wonderful tribute to a dear friend, not as dear as he is to you, but to us, he was very dear. He's going to be missed, and so is my mom, and so is Elaine Adler. So this show was in honor of all of them. And I know they'll be proud of us as we continue to work on the 10-year anniversary. Jim, now you can do the ending. Thank you to everybody. Here we go. Mark McEwen, I always say, he always made fun of me. Here we go, but here we go.
Ooh, yeah, I'm all shook up. So I know that we have a very special person that flew in for this.
Yes, we
very,
do.
very special. And
yes,
I heard
do.
he's in the building.
He's in the building. Elvis is in the building.
Oh, well,
and I bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I'll meet you like a man on a frozen tree. My friends say I'm acting wild as a bug. I'm in love. I'm all shook up.
Andrew G. Ratway will be performing today as Elvis.
Oh, my God in heaven. Elvis has come home from heaven.
That's right.
That's where I was born. Early, Lord, one frosty morn. Look away, look away, look away. Makes you laugh. And when you smile, the world is brighter. You touch my hand and I'm a king. Your kiss to me is worth a fortune. Your love for me is everything. I guess I'll never say that she's my buttercup. I'm in love. I'm all shook up. Ooh, yeah. I guess I'll never know the reason why you love me as you do. That's the wonder of you. Bound to die. And all my trials, Lord, will soon be over. Hallelujah. Glory, glory. Hallelujah. His truth is marching on. His truth is marching on. Memories press between the pages of my mind. Memories sweeten through the ages just like wine. Quiet thoughts come floating down and settle softly to the ground like gold of autumn leaves around my feet. I touch them and they burst apart with sweet memories. Sweet memories of holding hands and red bouquets and twilights trimmed in purple haze and laughing eyes and simple ways and quiet nights and gentle days with you. Memories press between the pages of my mind. Memories sweeten through the ages just like wine.